It's been a minute since I came and spoke to you, but my soul has been telling me that I needed to come and speak on a few things. And the first one is, I kept hearing the word loyalty. Loyalty, 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 right? And many of us that have experienced life, right, especially within the older generations, a lot of us weren't taught the importance of loyalty to self. Now, loyalty to others, whether it be your husband, your wife, your job, your children, your friends, right? The church, all of these institutions, all of these things, we have been taught to be loyal to these things, right? But again, not a lot of us were taught to be loyal to thyself. And in life, there will be a lot of discomfort because of the lack of loyalty to thyself. It's that pouring from an empty cup, right? It is that over the tendency to be a people pleaser before making sure that you are fulfilled and you are straight. And not to say that anything or anyone was wrong, but I realized that within me, that my loyalty to others was outweighing my loyalty to myself. And that is an issue. It goes hand in hand with self-love, right? And loving thyself. My love for others cannot exceed the love that I have for myself. So, if you have been feeling out of alignment, you kind of get, you start to feel uneasy when you are being called or being asked to support others. I could almost guarantee it is because of the lack of loyalty, right? The lack of self-love, the lack of boundaries, the lack of all of these things that are keeping you from, let me not say that, because those things aren't keeping you from doing it. Nothing is keeping you from doing it but you and how you show up. So again, it doesn't have to be anything wrong, but I said back in December that the season, the theme of the year was really taking care of self, putting self first, being so unwavering with your boundaries, that time that you spend with yourself, because it is imperative. As we all know, there are numerous factors that will keep us distracted from ourselves. And then we wonder why we have these supposed midlife crises, right? Well, we have all of these clashings of these relationships and all of these things. And it is because we're not being true to ourselves. We're not really expressing what it is that we desire and how we choose to show up. Now, when I think of a buffet, right, a lot of people go to the buffet and they just want to pile a plate up, right? As if the buffet is finite, right? But there are plenty more plates. And there's endless options for you to put on your plate. But no one ever said that you had to pile the plate up. No one ever said that you had to have every damn thing on your plate. And it takes me to this thought that realization just randomly out of nowhere, right? And as I'm doing my thing, tidying up around the house, and I was like, yo, whoever thought of multitasking, right? That's like some real slave mentality type shit. And I say that because oftentimes it is hard enough to keep focus on one thing at a time. So multitasking, what some people consider to be a superpower, right? Being able to do multiple things at once. But if you are tending to multiple fires, how many are you really able to put out? Or tame, rather. And I was like, yo, multitasking is just another word for being distracted. So I personally have made it my part of my self-devotion to complete one task. Because normally I would be upstairs and I'll go downstairs and I'll go do this and I'll go do that, just to realize that a lot of things are still not being completed. So multitasking is no longer a part of my reality. I focus on one thing at a time. Just like when you putting on your shoes, you can't put on both shoes. You know what I'm saying? Unless the shoes are at the edge of the bed, and I just saw like someone sliding their feet in some slippers. Okay, cool. No problem. Bam. Whatevs. You can't tie both shoes at one time. You have to focus on one foot at a time. So with the time that we are given, you are not alone if you have been feeling like you need to lighten your load. But the main theme of anything when it comes to being devoted to yourself is really checking in with yourself and making sure that you are doing things not just because you want to be a part of something, not just because they need you, not because your guilt comes in about how things are going to be without you. None of that matters. What matters is your sanity, right? And being in a safe space enough to actually call a spade and to say, yo, that's a no for me, dog. Self-accountability is key when it comes to your personal loyalty. You owe it to yourself. When everything is out here, a lot of things are out here to grab your attention, to keep you uber focused outside of yourself. Make sure that you are taking the time to tend to your own fire. I love you. Peace.